Well, good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you, wherever you are in the world today. Welcome back to an episode of Kuv The Kang. We've been missing for a while. Kuv, I missed you, baby. I missed you, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I missed you, mate. I missed you, mate.
Yeah, right.
I told you not to run off like that.
Come here, big guy.
It's not going to work. It's not going to
No,
work.
no,
I'm
no,
going to
it's
go
not.
further
But,
back. Yeah.
okay, there you go. Okay, you ready? Okay, now let's. Yeah, right, there we go. Oh,
Yeah,
that was perfect. There we go. Oh, Jesh. Look at that. 90 seconds in, we get our first Jesh.
That's fine.
That's it. We can just call it a day.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, well, folks, thanks for joining. Welcome back to after 3 weeks of Kuv The Kang, and it was nice to see you guys, right? Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Only 2 away from 600, Kuv. Not bad, eh?
See you next time.
See you next time. That's it. Yeah, enjoy dinner.
Of course, I do have dinner to eat. Yeah. And you have dinner. You're barely cooking on time, don't you?
Yes, I do. That's why I ran a little bit late. When I was sitting there looking at the time, when I was sitting there saying to you, "Oh, we've got 25 minutes," I'm thinking it's 5 o'clock, but not even thinking that the stove's at 500. Yeah, so yeah, that extra time. I was wondering why I still got 25 minutes. Wait a minute. 10 minutes later, I've still got 25 minutes. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. So. Good times, good time. We've got a few people in here. We'll just say hi quickly.
We have.
Yeah. Already, Sophia's already dropped in and say hello. Big up, Sophia, to you already. Biggie's already given us shit for being late. Sorry, Biggie, on Indian time tonight, brother, but good to see you. Good to see you. And this guy already warned you guys that we would be late. So, no, Biggie, I'll take my comfort breaks when I want, right? So, Mark's in the house already. Big up, Mark, man. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, right? Well, she's in the house already as well. Big up, Welshie. Good to see you. Oh man, he's got to work at 4:45 in the morning. That's terrible, Biggie. We'll try to keep it. We'll try to keep it quick for you, buddy. We'll try to keep you entertained, make it worth your while at least, right? Robbie G's in the house already. My cousin over there from What's Buzzin' Cousin. You've seen that Kuv already. So made our debut a couple of weeks ago there, and had our second show there on Friday night. So that's nice. So Huddersfield Town's in here already. Big up, man. Good to see you. And Five Guys is here as well. I wonder if he brought all five guys with him. Elias is in here as well. Big up. And big, oh my God, Big Time is here. Coobs, Big Time is watching us. I'm nervous now.
It's true. It's true.
I'm nervous, man.
I don't specialize in horses though, do I, Nick?
No. Yeah, come on now, don't make an ass of yourself. You see what I did there, Dunk? No,
I've been missing this.
Good times. See? Wait a minute, I'm sensing sarcasm. So where are we starting, Koofs? Where are we starting? Should we start right here, right at the first spot?
Let's do that. Let's do
candidates first. So, what can I say,
so,
buddy?
Well, how, let's face it. How long was the flight over for your Spurs adventure?
I ended up being late here leaving, actually. We were 2 hours late leaving, so we were 2 hours late landing, of course. But altogether, it's a 7-hour flight, which isn't too bad. Little okay, of course. It's a night flight from here, so you end up passing out. And he's hilarious because we were lucky enough to get 3 seats to ourselves. And, of course, he just spreads out like he owns all 3 seats, forgetting that his father is sitting there right beside him. But that's what we're for, right? Pillows, yay. That's why I keep these soft spots. Baba K doesn't understand. It's all about the kids. They need to be able to sleep somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not just a pillow nowadays. I'm more like the whole of IKEA.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not good. Never mind.
No
yeah, so your first impressions getting off the plane, sunny London, England.
Oh God, it was absolutely terrible. Of course, the weather, and everybody gives me shit because the weather turned as soon as I got there, pretty much. But also the turn of results. You know, we lost while we were there, and Nick is kind enough to point out that we've won every time since we've returned to good old Canada. So Nippin's in the house as well. Big up, Nip. Met him over there as well. So
that's true.
Good to see you, man.
It's true. It's your fault.
It's all our fault, clearly, right? So somebody's got to take the blame, and I guess it's the kids' fault. So it's always the kids.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's why I blame. But I've been back and forth to England 100 times. It was just the stadium that was the first time. I've never been to the area of Tottenham. I've been the only, I've said it 1,000 times. The only Spurs game I've ever been to was at Wembley. So I've never been in the area of Tottenham. So that was my first experience. And as you know, we had the pre-game birthday celebration at Mr. Kaufman's. He was kind enough to host a private party for just Christian and open up his shop on a closed day just to us streamers basically in the YouTube community. And not only was he kind enough to do that, you should, Coos, man, wait till I put the video together and get off my lazy ass and finally post this thing. You got to see the cake his mom got, man. It was legendary. It had the Spurs boy logo on it. It had Sonny on it, of course, his favorite player. Happy birthday to Christian, aka Little K. And it was just, he even saying, that's the best birthday cake ever. Don't tell grandma. So, Mom, if you're watching, sorry. Love you. I think you meant decoration wise. Yeah, that's it. Your cake's the best. Well, Mom. Yeah. So there you go. We won because we left. We left the magic behind. There you go, Ellie. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, my face when that's right. This is what I was just getting to, actually, Biggie. Just getting to this part. So on the way to the coffee shop, Nick said we'll drive by the stadium because it's on the way kind of thing instead of just seeing it from far away on the highway. So he brought us in close. And to me, it was kind of funny because every major sports stadium I've ever seen, you can notice it from miles away. But for this one, I didn't even realize we were on White Hart Lane driving down until we got pretty much right down to the end of the road. And they showed me the sign there. They said, there it is, White Hart Lane. And then we made the right turn, and there it was right in front of you. It just appeared out of nowhere kind of thing. And it was, my jaw just dropped. It was amazing. Like, it was just
was it like was the scale of the stadium what you were expecting? Was it like perhaps even bigger than perhaps?
Bit bigger, yeah, much bigger. Like, I knew it was big, but you don't have any appreciation for how big it is until it's right in front of you, kind of thing. It's like people that come here and they see the CN Tower for the first time. You don't have any appreciation for how big it is when you see it on TV or in movies and whatnot, and then you get there and you look up and there it is in front of you, kind of thing. Now unfortunately, it's lost, I think, a bit of its appeal.
Especially since I have that. I've forgotten what the name of the phobia is, but I can't stand next to really tall buildings.
Oh, okay. Even high rises and stuff.
I cannot bear it at all. I'll go lightheaded. I'll fall over after a little while.
No way.
Yeah. Just can't do it. So that's one off my shopping list.
Well, how was it though? But what about with sports stadiums and stuff? Would you have that same thing, like when you're getting up close to the building and it's that big?
Yeah.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
That's masked. Wow. So I better not win the lottery and buy a big mansion for you then. You won't be able to go inside.
To couple that, I've got a fear of heights as well. I can't stand on anything. I can't even stand on a chair. I feel bad. So I think I should be primed for the Flat Earth Society. It's the only thing that makes sense for me.
What are you talking about? There's a Round Earth Society?
Of course not. Everything's India, really, at the end of the day.
That's it, man. That's what it's all about.
It's all about the corners.
Every shop counts, man. Every shop counts, baby. No, but like I said, Koofs, just first off, seeing the stadium, that first effect and everything was absolutely amazing. Then we went over to Ben's and we had the whole little party, and so many people from the YouTube community came over. It was absolutely amazing. And two of them were going to be kind enough to be joining us shortly, so we'll get more into the story when they join us as well for that part of it. And getting into the stadium, meeting Patty. He was hiding behind the kids. He photobombed us, and then Jay turned around and saw him, and he just had an idea somebody was behind him, kind of thing. So the kids just ran to him, give a big hug, and it was just absolutely amazing. And big up Side Dancers in the house. Big up Jacobs in the house as well. Good to see you, my man. And it was just a day overall, Kuva. Nothing can take away from even the result.
You did the tour before watching the game?
No, we did the tour after.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah, the tour was after the game. The game was Sunday. We did the tour the following Thursday. So, which was kind of nice because it was completely dead. So we almost, that's why when you watch the video that we put up of the tour, we're pretty much in the rooms by ourselves. Because we just hung back from the tour group we were in, let them go 5 minutes ahead. And there was a group that was literally, it was numbered off like 18 sections or something. And we were at like section 5. And these guys are walking back. They're at like section 14 already. Like they're near the end. And we're still just slowly crawling through this thing. It's like, why would you run through it? What's the point? Because it is a magnificent building. It is a beautiful piece of architecture.
I have to admit, I was always dead against leaving the old White Hart Lane. As I had so many great memories for me there, but and I said I'll never spend another penny on Spurs while Enix here after they sacked Martin Jol, but I made a little exception to the rule and just had a little stadium tour and took in one game as well, just like even if it was a lesser competition, it didn't really matter. It was just the experience
just to get in there.
Seeing that. I've got to say, despite all my love for White Hart Lane, when I did set foot inside the stadium, it's just wow. This is really impressive.
Especially when you come out that tunnel and you see the pitch for the first time.
Yeah.
Because I'm making a video and it's funny because I'm walking up and the steward is standing there. And I just walk up and the kids are there in front of me. And all you hear out of my mouth is, holy shit. And the guy just starts laughing. And he goes to me, he goes, first time. And I'm like, yeah. Right. So he just kind of puts his hand on my shoulder and he's like, all right, take it in, mate. Take it in kind of thing. And it was, I was really, really thoroughly impressed. It was just,
I mean, back in the old days when you have like the terraces and things, you'd say 60,000 capacity. Yeah, you can imagine that 60,000 all-seater. That's really something. That is that's a phenomenal size. Especially since it always seemed, for me, it always struck me as being, it's so out of place with everything else there, isn't it? Because it's a football stadium in the middle of an area where you wouldn't really expect to find one.
That's what it was. Yeah. Because even like I'm saying, like we went around the corner there, and there it was, kind of thing. It was crazy. Like that's where it is. And Stuart's here as well. Big up Stuart, another person that was kind enough to come all the way down to the coffee shop. I told you, Welshie came all the way from Wales and met us there as well. Absolutely insane. But we do, you know what? Why don't we bring in a couple of members of the community and keep talking about how we met them and everything while we're talking about Kang Spurs? Why don't we just add them to the group? And you know them, folks. They're two lovely people. We all love them. They're from this community I keep talking about. And not as only a beautiful community, but it's even more beautiful when you got people like this in it. So please welcome everybody known as the Kauff himself, Mr. Benny Kaufman from the Kauffie Company. And we got the Queen in the house. Elly is here. Queen Elly Hoiberg. Good evening, folks. How are you?
Good evening.
Evening. We are on a new sense of purpose, aren't we? It's a new world. We're all having fun. And we're just going to have a good time. Always. Everyone's going to be nice to each other. So it's great stuff. It's weird seeing you as a little screen again. It's really weird.
Well, it was weird because yesterday was the first time, I think, Thursday. On Shelf Side, I jumped in with the boys for a bit, and that was the first time I was back in the seat after a few weeks. So that felt kind of weird sitting here as well. So, but it's nice to be back, and even this, being back with my buddy Kuvs over here and getting back to our Sunday night show and getting back to the dorm. Yeah, so we were just talking about the trip, and we were just talking about the Kangs at Spurs, basically, and I was just saying how beautiful it was and what a great trip it was and all the people that made the effort to come on down. And it's amazing how many of them are actually in the chat right now because I've even said hi to so many of them here. Like, Biggie's here. Biggie I met there as well. He came down. And, I didn't get a chance to meet Mark, unfortunately. It would have been nice. Well, she came all the way down from Wales, right? That was fantastic as well. So I didn't get a chance to meet Carl, unfortunately, as well. But Stuart made his way down, and that was really nice of him. And I don't know how I missed this comment from Stuart earlier. Sorry, Stuart. Big up, buddy. And what else is here?
Yeah, that was the worst thing for me. That was the worst thing for me. You and the boys coming over, and I can put up with not seeing Spurs, but missing out on that really hurt. That one. I was actually looking forward to the meetup. Ben's coffee shop.
Something for next time.
Perfect little scenario. I would have gone just for that. Forget the game.
Yeah, fuck the game.
Well, like I said, Koofs, I gave you a 3-year warning, man. We're going to be doing this again because it was that amazing. So we're going to be definitely doing it again. So I have to hope for a
pre-season in Canada. Pre-season in Canada would be good. I'll come over for that.
Dude, man, come over for the World Cup.
My boys are I'll say gagging for going over to Canada. There's something about the place. They love it. I just said about all the snow in the winter. The fact it
come on over, buddy. I think half the YouTube community's coming. Yeah. Eventually, everybody's going to make it over. But like I was saying, Nick was here. Nick drove me around so much, man. It was absolutely fantastic. But no, in regards, like I was talking to Koofs about when I walked out, first saw the pitch and everything. It was absolutely amazing and everything. And hopefully, Carl, next time, buddy, definitely next time, right? And this is right too. Ben, the guys, if you don't know, you got to get your asses to the Kauffie Company. Go to friggin' Woodford and get yourself a cup of coffee. Because if you're coffee drinkers in England, I don't understand how you drink the stuff out of like Costa and those other places. And Nero was the other one, I think it was Cafe Nero or something. And oh my god, oh my, we get better stuff here at Tim Hortons. I can't believe you guys, you poor things. But Biggie's saying it right here. Everybody, we're having the World Cup party in the basement here, so book your seats because it's filling up fast. So there you go. Carl saying he's gonna pretend he's got a meeting. 3 years time, Carl, might be a good time to plan that meeting, right? And you might want to talk to Mark because he might tag along with you. He wants to get over here as well, so it'd be fantastic. But yeah, like I was telling you, Kuvs, you know, I met Elly and Ben obviously whilst I was there. Elly was kind enough to host a nice little lunch at her house for us, and we got to come over there, and she spoiled the boys rotten, gave Jay and Krish both their jerseys, a Sun jersey and a Dyer jersey. So yeah, Elly went all the way.
It can't all be good, can it?
Why did you do that to Elly? You horrible person. Why would you?
I'm such a horrible lady.
Yeah, you know? And the Spurs ball. Yeah, another new football for Christian because that's all he needs is another football. He's only got 7,000 of them, and oh man, it's gonna be. It was just something else, Kuv. So I don't even know how to explain it. Like I said, one of the sad points is not getting over and coming up and getting to meet you and the boys because that would have been really nice. But for the game itself, man, obviously the display wasn't that fantastic, but just even being in there, I know it wasn't as electric as last year's NLD because you almost had that sense that people kind of felt that, this isn't going to be our day today. You know, Arsenal's in form, we're not kind of thing. And there was a lot of doubt and you could feel it in the air. So there wasn't that electric atmosphere that I was hoping to see. But the only shameful part to me that kind of my only, I'd say, minor regret of the day is not seeing a goal. Just one. I just would have liked to have heard the roar in the stadium. Just one goal. That's it. Even if it meant we lost still. Just actually seeing it and feeling that noise and hearing that rumble through 60,000 people because – as you know, we did the stadium tour, and when we went down on the pitch, when you're there and you look up, and it's holy shit, this is what you guys walk out to? You know, this is what you walk out to. How the hell can this not inspire you? How did you guys play so crap that game when this many people were cheering for you?
These are the people you're going to be disappointing today. You got this one, sod him, he's got a stupid hat on.
There you go.
Point them all.
But Ben, honestly, the when you walk out on that grass and you look up, I was seriously impressed of how close the seats are right behind the players as well, and how the access you can get. Like you can literally sit right behind, you know, the bench warmers, I guess, because everybody else, it's not like you're going to be sitting behind Kane or Sonny or anything like that. But you might get to sit behind Doherty, you know, good old days Winks. Right, so when they come back, the good crew of Ndombele and Lo Celso. So looking forward to them all coming back, and it's going to be fantastic, right? So, guys, like everybody knows Benny. We had a great party over at your shop and everything like that. I don't think we've ever really discussed it. Elly, you tried to get into the game with your nephew. What ended up happening with that? Did you end up getting in, or you didn't go to the game?
No, we didn't get because I had my ticket, but we couldn't get my nephew one, and they wanted £500. For the ticket. They only had premium tickets left, and they closed the Spurs shop, which is really unheard of. They don't normally do, not the Spurs shop, the Spurs ticket office, sorry. They closed it, and it was like derelicts over there. I walked over there. Normally they've got it open and loads of people are serving people, and they said everything's sold out. But when I looked at the ground, there were spare seats in there, you know. They weren't all premium seats. They had some tickets, but you know, they wanted to make £500 off people. Really sods.
But what time of the game was that? Had the game already kicked off when you were trying to get that, or was that before the game?
I was there 3 hours before the game kicked
off.
That's
what I'm saying. I'm wondering if you tried to go back to those guys after the game was kicked off. You know, 5 minutes into the game, what would they sell them for?
We did. We hung around for about 25, 30 minutes just to see if they're going to open the Spurs ticket office, but they didn't. And I walked actually up to the, where the M Lounge is, where right, just a little bit further on. Yeah, you can get into that area. And I said, look, I'm Spurs Ladies Ambassador. I'm not going to get into the ground today because my nephews come all the way from Lowestoft and we're not getting in because I'm not going in without him. So I was trying to plead with them, but then I gave up. And then my nephew sort of pulled me away and he said, come on, let's go home and watch the match because we're going to miss the match, know. So
you want to get it in.
We watched it at home, unfortunately. So disappointing. Don't matter. I did try to get him a ticket.
You didn't miss much. It was shit. You should have put EastEnders on. That would have been much better.
I was.
It wasn't all bad. I got to meet you. I got to meet your dad. I got to meet your mum and your dad's friend. So that was good.
And then you had to meet me.
That was the best part. Now, come on.
It's an honour to meet you, Ben.
Exactly.
It's an honour.
I agree.
I'm mental.
Aren't we all?
You're lovely mental.
Aren't we all?
That's a difference.
It's the normal people you got to worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but what about you, Benny? What was your just quick thoughts on the game there, man?
It was what we've been seeing for the last year, and it's what we've been expecting. A team without the necessary components to win a football match. Too many injuries. We've got poor players through the spine of the team. The most important part of the pitch is filled with spineless individuals that should no longer be at the club, that shouldn't have been at the club for 5 years. Just to rattle off a few of them, our captain, who throws the ball in their own net in a bloody North London derby. Yeah. This is the captain of France, or was the captain of France, and the captain of the club for years. Surely he's got some gusto about him. Clement Longley, awful. I've had people all these months say how good Clement Longley is. He's crap. Eric Dyer, crap. Only centre-back we have that can play football is Romero, but he can't manage an entire back five. Then you have Ryan Sessegnon. If Emerson Royale was not at this football club, he would be getting the Emerson treatment. He's actually worse than Emerson. He is worse. He is worse because he's got so much potential to be a brilliant footballer. He's got all the attributes you need. Speed. He's got athleticism. But he's a crap footballer. He should be gone. He's awful. At least Emerson Royale, when he gets onto that pitch, he works his arse off. He can't do anything with it because he's crap.
Yeah, he's got effort, no ability though.
He's awful. Any more of them we can name that are crap? As much as I like the bloke, Højbjerg was anonymous that day. I mean, this is supposed to be a player in a leadership position. In a game like that, you've got to say, all right, we'll grab the team by the scruff of the neck and we're going to say, right, this is what we're going to do. There's too many spine. And who are you going to bring on? Brian Hill? Everyone said, oh, look how great Brian Hill is. Oh, he's had one good 60 minutes in 18 months, but clearly he's like the next best thing since, what's it called? And now he's going because Conte said, this kid's not good enough. 1 assist in 18 months as a forward, and everyone thinks he's amazing. And that all stems from one thing, poor recruitment from the board. They have not supported this team for 6 years. They buy players in a scattergun approach, and they never fix the issues at hand. We've needed 2 proper centre-halves since Jan Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld left. And they still haven't replaced them.
Still haven't replaced them.
Still haven't replaced them. And then they wonder why we've got the one of the worst defensive issues. Was it the 3rd highest goal scored in the league?
But you could say, Ben, they did try to replace them because we brought in the likes of Joe Rodon and we brought in Sanchez, but just look at what they ended up being. So, that's the thing. Where's the finger get pointed with? This is the shit we brought in to try to replace the likes of those two.
It's madness. I mean, hopefully these rumours are true from Build, and we're actually going to try and sign Piero Ingapié. who's a fantastic player.
Very well pronounced.
Available the entire month. Why have they not bought him? Why have they waited 4 days before the end of the window to buy a player?
Far too negative, Ben. We just smashed Preston in their own backyard.
I know.
Sonny got a couple of goals. The treble is on, mate.
Trouble's on, baby. Trouble's on. You tell him. Speaking of which, we need to change the intro because it says the quad's on.
For all viewers of this show that don't know me, I'm one of the most positive people in the world. And when I'm saying this, you know how bad it's gone. When we're bagging on Brian Hill to do something brilliant. Crap. It looks like Howard Wolowitz. That's the only thing he's good at. Get rid. Gone.
He's only going out on loan, though, apparently. But I quite, do you know what? Just to caveat that, I quite like Brian Hill. I think he's a very talented footballer.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off there, Elly, but just quickly, I just want to say, can you watch the fancy words? It's Sunday night on Kuv The Kang. You don't have to use the fancy word caveat and stuff like that. Let's keep this shit simple, okay, honey? All right? Okay? We don't need you being Queen Elly fancy style, okay? Yeah, keep it real. Keep it hood, yo. Keep it hood, Elly. Okay, you got your gangster hat on, okay?
No, I quite like Brian Hill.
If you have
I see something in
yo,
him.
homies, let me rap at you.
In it.
Go on, Elly.
You know, like this, everybody's got their idea of what a nice footballer is. I think he's a technically really good footballer. He just hasn't got the attributes physicality wise, right? So if he goes to Sevilla on loan, because we're not going to sell him apparently, we're putting him on loan again. Yeah. It means that Conte doesn't trust him enough to. Well, we know he doesn't trust him enough to play him for 90 minutes because he hasn't got 90 minutes.
He hasn't got it, yeah.
You know, so but what I see of him, I like because his movement is very good, and he's a very intelligent footballer. He knows how to do it. It's whether he's got the physicality to do it. You know, so now he needs to work on that because he needs to. Not bulk up as such, he just needs to strengthen his whole game in regards to not losing the ball. Because if he can get that bit right, then he'll be a fantastic footballer. You know,
sure. I mean, it happens.
He has got something, the boy.
It happens in other sports, doesn't it? I mean, mate of mine, he's a great boxer. All the attributes to be an absolutely top boxer. He's got the intellect. He knows how to work the ring. He's got a great foot movement. It's not his fault he's got no arms, is it?
Yeah. I've got.
Jeez, Coop. Get out.
Oh my god!
I should have known something was coming. I should have known.
We shouldn't be sending Brian Hill to Sevilla. We should be sending him to the Wimpy. There's one right there.
Feed that boy something.
You can go to the steakhouse.
Send him to the Wimpy. He needs a bendy in a bun and he needs a brown derby, not to go to Sevilla.
Every time he opens his mouth, there should be a steak being crammed into it.
Damn right. Put some weight on him.
He can come round my house. I'll fatten him up.
Oh, geez. I can vouch for that. Yeah, 2 weeks with Elly, the way she cooks. Yeah. Especially that.
I definitely can't come round to your house, Elly. I'll be dead in a week.
You would.
I think I left there. What do you guys call it? A stone, right? I gained a stone.
Yeah.
In one meal.
Yeah.
I wish I could gain a stone.
I could fatten you up.
Just go to Elly's. Just go to Elly's, buddy. Just go for dinner.
Just come round mine for a week. I'll fatten you up, Ben.
Yeah. You think it's a hell of a bed, isn't it?
I mean, you should know this, Elly. I've lived in a Jewish household for 27 years. If I've got no weight on me now, I'm never going to have any.
I don't know. Maybe the Greeks are a bit fatter than the Jews. You know, we really are.
Maybe not.
Oh my god.
A little bit of guys. Biggie's just sitting here saying that Bale was lightweight too when he came in and everything, and
he had speed and he scored a free kick in his first season against the Arsenal. Like, he showed like he had the husk of a quality footballer. I mean, apart from 60 good minutes against Crystal Palace, who were terrible, What's Brian Hill showed? Pacos de Ferreira.
His movement is good. He moves off the ball very well, and he does
only when the wind blows, though.
Yeah, only when the wind blows. He's got this. The way the way coaches that he scans. He's brilliant at scanning. He's like, you can, if you watch him and the way his head moves, he's always looking to where he needs to go. But once he gets it, someone just pushes him over. You're like, goodbye, mate. Off you go.
Yeah, he lacks physicality, doesn't he, the boy? Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna get into this comment here that I brought up from Carl here, but I was just thinking that looking at the time.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Shut up now! It's game time.
Yeah. You heard the man. It is game time. So Kuva is back. That's right. He's smiling. I love when the big guy smiles after watching his own video. That makes me smile.
It's embarrassing.
What do you mean? That's a fucking piece of art, baby. That's digital mastery, okay? I spent a good 12 minutes editing that shit.
Yeah, exactly. I did it all for you. I've got my hands in the correct position.
Everything. That was perfect. I didn't even have to do too much work, man. It was great. But guys, we do have a new game for you, actually. Quickfire has been taken away from me. The kid said, Dad, come up with your own shit. Stop stealing our game. Yeah. So we do have something new for you. It is called Decisions. So it is going to be very, very simple. I'm going to give you a question, some options maybe. It'll be very simple. Pick this, pick that, something. You are to type your answer into your name. Change your name to your answer, the two of you. You will have 5 seconds to change your answer and input your answer. Kuva will be giving you points based on the speed that you answer and bring your answer up in, and if you like the answer, right? Is that so?
Yeah, if I like it. Well, we were rushed for time, Bobby, so I've already given them the points. So
you gave them all the points for today, anyway. Yeah. I told you not to put that shit out loud.
Yeah, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Yeah.
Nobody noticed. It's okay.
Ben looks like he's got serious face on there. Look, see?
He's concentrating already. He's concentrating already. You know, we will be. Sorry, I'm going to fall behind in the comments now, but it's okay because it is game time, folks. So, as you know, decisions, folks. Your first question is get your names ready to change. You will have 5 seconds. I will count down the 5 seconds. Kuva will be looking to see how fast you bring your answer up and then giving you points based on speed and, again, like of answer. So, first question. Would you rather Arsenal win the league and Spurs win the FA Cup or both win nothing? So, both win or nothing? Ben's up with both win. Five, 3, 1, 0, -3, -4, -5.
Should we make this a verbal round instead?
Yeah, should we make it verbal? Okay. Yeah, okay. Kuva, you'll just shut it out. It'll be easier. You'll be listening to who answers first anyways, and then you can give the points, right? So,
yep, that's
okay,
fine.
so you got the first one in. Kauffie, you can change your name back, and that's right. Kuva, paying attention. We should have made it verbal. First time for the game, folks, so we're allowed to fuck shit up and get it right then. And that's why I got the big guy with me, because he puts the fucking train back on the rails, baby. Win $10 million US or 13 million Canadian dollars?
10 million
US dollars.
Both of you 10 million US?
Yeah.
Good choice, because 10 million US is 13.3 Canadian right now with the exchange, so you get an extra 300,000. Would you rather have the ability to see 1 day into the future or 20 years into the future?
20 years into the future.
Ben with 1 day, Elly with 20. So
interesting.
Interesting. Okay, so
I want to see
Kuva's
Spurs win the
assessing.
league in that time.
Let me know when you're ready for the next one, Kuva. I can do the
Yeah,
next one.
keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we
So
on?
I'm
here?
making it
Number
all
four.
up anyway,
This is
so it
number
doesn't
4.
matter.
Oh, yeah, that's true too. Pick a teammate. Maradona or Pele?
Maradona.
No.
Interesting.
Different answers again. Different answers again, Coovs.
Interesting. Yeah, okay. I got it.
Okay, number 5. Would you want to have 10 years happy with your partner or a one-night stand with anybody in the world?
One night stand with anyone in the world.
Oh, outrageous.
Ben Bud's happiness, and Ellie's just like, fuck it, let's not been with him long enough.
He's injured at the moment as well. He's hard
down
work.
and out. He's useless to me right now, anyways. He's meted up, put in bed, and he's knocked out. That's
just
it.
remember that if you like Ellie, she will drop you like a brick.
Yeah.
Done.
I
Just
will.
Boom.
You're gone.
Cast you aside. You weren't even here. You weren't even
Even worse because you'll be fattened up at that point and then drop
This
like a
is the
really
one I
heavy
want.
brick.
That's the one. Oh my goodness! There you go. Yeah. Okay. So we don't even need to ask who it's going to be either. It's already told us. Yeah. Bye, Theos. Theos. It was really nice meeting you, buddy. Great guy. Great guy. All right. Number 6. Give up one of these for life: pizza or burgers.
Burgers.
Oh, both burgers pretty much tied on the time there too, Coops.
Meat in it.
Number 7. Would you prefer that it was super hot or bone-chilling cold?
Super hot.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Ooh, interesting, cool.
Interesting.
You can always wrap up, but you can't take the skip.
Can't stand the cold.
Interesting. Ben's got yeah. Ben's got a good angle.
We're good.
Yeah, good. So number 8. Would you rather be an extra in an Oscar-winning movie or the lead in a box office bomb?
Leading the box office bomb.
Oh, Oscars.
You'd rather be, yeah? Okay. So you'd rather take the bit part in an Oscar? Number 9. Dream car or dream vacation?
Dream car.
Both car.
Love cars.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Now, last one, boys and girls. Would you rather be rich or famous?
Famous.
You said rich, Ben?
Yep. Fame is not all it's cracked up to be, is it, Bobby? Big time Bobby is here.
Easy now. We have big time in the
I like the fame.
comments, actually. Nick was here. He came in and graced us with his present for a moment and just said hi quickly. So what do you think? You got a point total there?
Money is the root of all evil.
Or well, I'll get back into the comment. Where the hell was I with the comments? I know Carl has a comment here somewhere, and I've lost it now. Here it is. Okay, so Carl was just saying he's not too bothered about Hill now that his agent came out and he was bitching about the Spurs being horrible. Any news about that? I didn't hear about that.
Well, maybe Brian Hill's agent should have sent him to the fucking Wimpy in Loughton and gave him a bloody burger instead of telling him to eat snack all his life.
Take him to the steakhouse. Give him some onion rings.
And I know somebody that would take him to the steakhouse and gladly buy dinner for him. And it's this lovely man right here. Big up Bob's in the house.
Yeah.
Hello, Bob.
And I have double checked the results. We are in with the results now. We'll just get these out of the way first.
Get these out of the way quick.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Everybody's just saying hi to each other here. Some love just being passed around. Everybody, lots of love, lots of love. That's it. Somebody just pooed themselves. Rob, you're on your own for that one. Tyler, big up, buddy.
Wipe your bum.
He's just talking about, he's talking about football. So we'll stop right here and then we'll get back into these because these are football related. So go ahead, Koofs. Where are we at?
Yeah, I think over the course of that 10 questions, got marked Ellie as a 35, averaging 3.5 points per question. Pretty decent.
Not bad. Very good.
Very good. Very impressive. Very impressive. But Ben was more consistent with things overall, I found, and he's like averaging 41. Well, he got 41 points.
Well done, Ben.
4.1.
Yeah,
Wow. Benny sets the
Well done,
benchmark high for the
Just
first
he
game
knows
of
what he wants.
I'm an
decisions.
average human being. Woohoo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well done, Benny.
One of the big turning points here was the question about fame or fortune, because fame's okay, but if you haven't got any
Fame
money
is
at the end of it,
horrible.
who cares?
Yeah.
Fame is.
Actually, I was giving it to Benny on the heat and cold one, because with that one quick argument drop,
It
that you
wasn't
could always
quickly
bundle
that.
up, you know.
I think that was a couple of them. A couple of them were very, very decisive. And what was it? Question 5. What was that one?
5. Oh man.
Because that's
5 was 10 years happy with your partner or one night stand?
Oh, yeah.
Ben took the 10 years.
I had to give the 5 points, 5-0 to Ellie on that one, because she was in there instantly. The woman
instant discard of Theo's. Yeah,
said everything else. That's gone. Didn't even have to finish the question. She'd already answered.
Yeah. You want 10 years with your partner? Whatever the other answer is.
I'm just trying to be wholesome and nice, okay?
Yeah.
Wholesome and nice doesn't get your points, though, does it?
No, it doesn't.
That's
Nice
true.
guys finish
But
last.
he said no. Well, technically he won, so it did
It's the long game, isn't it?
Finish first.
There you go. There you go. But don't worry, Ellie. You can redeem yourself with a second game spot that will be coming up at the end of the show, as you all know. Just whip through these here quickly. Tyler's just saying will be a big player, whether if it's us with Spain, but can't keep loaning him there. So I guess he wants him to see him have maybe a local loan and get himself bulked up a little bit there, right? So as Dermot's in the house, big up Dermot. He's saying he has to disagree. That if we're going to loan him, then loan to a championship team. So he's pretty much agreeing with Tyler, than seeing him come in somewhere that's he'll bulk himself up. What do you guys think about that? Would you like to see him loan local, or see him shipped back out to Spain, where he seems to flourish a bit? Because obviously he'll get his confidence
to bulk him out. We need to loan him to Ellie for a week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. So we need to loan him to Ellie, put him on the Greek learn.
He's a bit too skinny for me.
Ellie, that's a you. Sivlaki, not Sevilla. Get that on. That's what he needs. Some Sivlaki. He doesn't.
Sorry.
He does.
We gave Rob a good scare here, Cooves, when we played your video.
Yeah.
He had his headphones on full and was in the middle of having a drink.
It's game time. But,
so it's game time. There you go, baby.
Clearly, the other Premier League teams have seen Brian Hill, and the Championship teams have seen Brian Hill, and they've said he's too lightweight. They're not going to get him in the team unless he drastically puts weight on. He's not going to do well in any English football league. He will get the ball and he will be pushed off. Doesn't matter how much talent you've got. If you're a lightweight, it's not like he's Luka Modric. One of the things people like to say, oh, Luka Modric was skinny. Luka Modric was a generational talent who had a brilliant Euros. Brian Hill was someone that played all right for Sevilla, had a semi-okay Olympics. It's not like when the first time, I don't know if anyone watched Euro 2008 when Modric played, he put a cross in a game. I think it was against Turkey. And it was just like, it was mind-boggling where he put that ball, and it came up with a Croatia goal. And you were like, this guy's class. Like, you knew it immediately. He was class.
There's something
the other thing with Modric is like Raheem Sterling. They're deceptively strong for their size.
Yeah. He's got bigger legs as well.
Yeah, he's got more. He's got
more meat.
Central of gravity. Whereas Modric is not stockier. He probably is stockier. Whereas Brian Hill, he's lanky. He's really lanky. So he looks like one of those wacky inflatable arm waving tube men you see on Family Guy.
Jay's got bigger friends in high school than his high school than that kid.
Yeah,
so
I'm bigger than him. I am
crazy,
underweight, and I am still bigger than Brian Hill. Work that out.
He's for me, in personality wise, he's the footballing equivalent of Ross from Friends.
Yes.
No, even Ross was bigger than that, I think.
I don't know if I want to be a footballer.
He's more like Monica.
No, she's
same hairstyle too, right?
Yeah.
She's got some fire to her, though.
Aniston's really small as well.
Maybe he does. You never know. What about this here, Kuv? So we're getting on to this one here. Preston versus Tottenham. We want to talk about the game from yesterday?
Nah.
No? Okay. So I got a new subscription to Pornhub. Okay. So game? Okay, sorry. Yeah, okay. So Preston Tottenham. What are you guys thinking? Ladies first, Ellie? What were your thoughts on the game yesterday? I'm assuming it's safe to say you watched it.
It was a terrible first half as expected. We didn't really do anything in the first half, but the second half, I thought our passing was a lot better. You know, it was better. But you know what was most disappointing about it is Ryan Sessegnon.
Awful.
Oh my God, it was so awful. It was unbelievable, right? And the other players played much, much better, but they didn't play brilliant. You know, they weren't. It was nothing to write home about. And Preston had lost 4 out of 5 games anyway. They'd only just beaten Birmingham. That was their first victory. So it wasn't as if we were playing somebody of any credibility. But that Ryan Sessegnon, he was so disappointing. Every time he took on his player, he got it taken off him. Then he tried to win it back, and then it was just a calamity. It's really bad, so bad, very poor.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be he was supposed to be a shining star, wasn't he, when we bought him? And he's gone right backwards. He doesn't take on his player. I don't like that. You know, he hasn't got the confidence. I don't think he's got the skill anymore either.
He's crap.
He's crap. It really is crap.
Just as simple as that. That's it. Ben's dropped 2 words. That's it. He's crap.
He's playing for our club and he's rubbish.
Seriously, it's so true, though. He's not good at defending. He gets skinned regularly. He's supposed to have a lot of pace, but regularly can't beat his man. Even when he does beat his man, he can't cross it. Well, a lot of the time anyway. Occasionally a really good one, but there was a time in that game where I wasn't watching the best of quality on the stream, but it looked like Sessegnon got near to the byline and just chipped the cross in, and I thought, oh, that defender's done really well. They blocked that; it's gone out for a corner. Then they showed the replay, and oh no, it hadn't. No, he just placed it out there. Dreadful player. He doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
literally nothing.
Rubbish.
Jacob says he hates him now, and I think Biggie wants to buy him a chocolate cupcake. What is that?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh, okay.
Piece of shit.
Sum up that game. It was a professional performance against a crap team. Preston was awful. Like, you think the magic of the FA Cup, Preston fans were up for it. They were really up for it. Brilliant atmosphere from the Preston supporters. They showed they were up for it. If the team showed 50% of what the crowd gave, they would have given us a game.
Yeah.
They were terrible. They were absolutely dreadful. And we probably should have put them to the sword 6-7-0. But we just turn up. We got too many players that are just rubbish. Matt Doherty had a crap game, I thought. Sessegnon was awful. I was impressed with Perisic up front. He showed for a 34-year-old that he can still press, which was pretty impressive, really. But
yeah, I'll give you that.
Pretty impressive. But I liked Bentancur and Bentancur and Basuma in midfield. They showed in the second half they were
very good.
Whereas Højbjerg is the way he moves is a bit laboured, I would say.
Yeah, he isn't the most graceful footballer, is he?
Whereas Basuma and Bentancur are they glide over the turf, they pass the ball quite easily, movement is very good, and they shift across the pitch. And it goes back to that 3 in defence as well. They were all crap. Tanganga showed a couple of good passes, which one of them went to Perisic and it flicked it to Son, and that was a brilliant goal. But our 3 backup centre-backs of Longley, Sanchez and Tanganga are not good enough to play at a top 6 football club. I've already said what I think of Longley. He's crap. I've seen enough of him. People keep on saying, "Oh, you're too harsh on Longley." He showed nothing. We brought him in as an improvement on Ben Davis, and he's worse than Ben Davis. He's worse. Because at least Ben Davies gives you a 6 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 6 out of 10. Longley, it goes from 7 to 2, then to 7, and to 4. There's no consistency. You could say maybe it's because he's not playing enough games, but Longley showed nothing. That's why Barcelona wanted rid of him. If he was any sort of a defender, he would be playing at Barcelona. Get gone.
He would.
Well, actually, I don't want to get too much into individual talk about the players. I just wanted to get your overall take on the game because there is something we're going to do with in regards to the players. But I like Paul's comment here. I just wanted to leave it up for a second. I thought it was funny. So maybe the captain's armband would inspire Sask. It looks like we give it to any twat these days. So nice one, Paul. Nice to have you in here, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, I was saying similar on one of Sava's streams earlier in the week. As far as I was concerned, if you drop Hugo, why not give the armband to someone like Dyer? See if you can just drag something out of him that isn't there at the moment. The added responsibility. Some players raise their game. It's like you get that with internationals as well. You get players that aren't particularly great at club level, give them an international call-up, and they just find this new level. Maybe, but I can't see it with Sess or Dyer or Sanchez somehow. Just doesn't strike me.
Was Sanchez our captain against Preston?
He was. Yeah.
Oh my God! What is the club doing?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're all wondering.
100% captaincy.
Is there anything on the game overall any of you would like to add, Ellie? Just on the overall thoughts on the game?
Our passing was a lot better up front. You know, we did get it to feet a lot, and we had some very good shots, especially Sonny. He had 2 good shots before he scored that brilliant goal.
Yeah,
the goals
both of them actually. I like both of them. The first one was
beautiful. I like both of the goals. I actually like the second one better for the technicality of it because he spun on a sixpence. You know, it was a harder goal to score. And then the third goal was quite easy, wasn't it? He really didn't catch it.
No, it was a cheeky little finish though. The way he just turned his foot that way, though. I liked it.
Yeah. It was quite a good finish.
I liked how calm his celebration was. He didn't, first goal on his debut.
He did not hit
that cleanly at all, did he?
He didn't hit it. No, he didn't hit it cleanly.
That's what you need as a striker. It goes in the back of the net.
Sometimes Benny, luck, right?
It's what you need.
Sometimes it was a no-hit finish.
Yeah,
it's a no-hit.
Yeah.
One thing I'm very interested in, as soon as you put Sonny in sort of it's like what Kuva said before about responsibility, about giving someone the captaincy. As soon as you put the onus on Sonny to be the guy that scored goals, he scored 2 goals.
Yeah,
maybe Sonny can play that role of being the main striker a couple of times. He's getting on 30 now. I don't know how the age works. I think he is technically 30. Yeah. So whether the age goes back because of the whole age thing that's happening.
Can you be technically 30?
Because in Korea, when you're born, you are 1. In Korea, when you're born, you're actually 1.
Oh, yeah.
Changing that law, so I don't know how that's working. But as soon as you put Sonny in sort of a leadership position, he pulls 2 rabbits out of the hat. So maybe that needs to happen a bit more.
Yeah. He did it. He did that in the Champions League as well, maybe, didn't he? Remember, he took responsibility and he rose to the occasion.
Yeah. 2 brilliant goals. Yes, you could say it's not a good team, but you got hit. You can only play the teams ahead of you.
He has done it. Like I said, he has done it before for us. Playing when Kane's been injured, stepped up. We just have to play a slightly different way. That's all.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll just answer this question here quickly, Kuva, and then we'll start the new portion there.
Can I ask everyone, does everyone see Danjuma as the next best thing like Bentancur and Kulu? Or does this seem more like an Ndombele Bergwijn signing? It's one game I know, but still. For me, just haven't really seen anything to judge him on yet. I mean, it's nice that he got a goal. Wasn't a great goal. Wasn't a great finish. Looked like it was at real-time speed, but then afterwards you see he scuffed it. Just need to see more of him, don't we? Can't say he's bad or good yet. Same as with Bentancur and Kulusevski. Especially Bentancur, it was not instant with him. Took him a little while. When he did find his feet, he's doing really well.
Yeah, because we weren't rating him too highly right off the first little while. That's for sure. There's quite a few people saying, "What the hell?"
Kulusevski, though, I think you could see there's a natural talent there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, big up, Patrick. Good to see you, buddy.
I'm not gonna hold him fire on Dan Zuma. He might turn up very good in the Tottenham shirt. He did well for Villarreal in the last year in the Champions League, scoring some important goals. Maybe he can do so for Tottenham. But again, we need to see games. We need to see 5, 6, 7 games out of him to say, right, is this a player or is this another one of those players that isn't going to work out? But let's see. It's a good start. I mean, how many other Tottenham players have scored a goal in their debut? I mean, it's impressive. It was impressive.
Bergwijn did.
Danny Rose. Danny Rose, Eric Dyer.
Yeah. Eric Dyer was against West Ham, wasn't it?
Dan Zuma's going to be shit, everyone.
I hope not. He's got the physicality to cope with the Premiership. That's for sure. Yeah. He's a bit like Dembele's build, isn't he? Similar.
He's got pace as well.
He's got pace. Just needs the bonds as well, because you can have the pace, but if you haven't got intelligence as a footballer, pace doesn't matter.
Yeah, true. So wait and see.
Bobby looks thoughtful there.
No, that's pretty much all we can do with him, right? Because that's the thing, and like Kuv already said, we I don't think we've seen enough of him yet. So
no, too early to judge.
This guy's here. Sheesh. Everybody say hi to Paddy because I'm not doing it.
We do need a centre back. No, we're just a joke, this guy. Aren't we?
Big up to Ryan and Michelle. Hi, Paddy. But okay, so we wanted to start this actually, guys. We've got this now. We've got the gold standard. So what we've done is, as everybody knows, my one of my best friends there, Alistair Gold. He's some people know him. He's a football writer with Football London over there, and he does his player ratings. So now we're going to be doing the gold standards. Basically, we're going to go through the players here, have you guys give your rating, and then we'll see somebody else should give them in comparison. Are you guys ready to test your standard?
Roboto.
Come on.
Yes. Ellie, Ben, ready?
Yeah, ready. I was born ready.
Yeah. I couldn't quite hear any of that because it was all robot voice, but.
Uh-oh. Is Bobby
Bobby's frozen.
Am I working?
You've got a little bit fuzzy.
Yeah, everything just I just saw the internet glitched out on me. Okay, Kuvs is gonna take over from here anyway, so here we go.
Am I?
Well, I try. Yeah.
Apparently.
Apparently so.
Okay, we'll do that. I thought I was just keeping the scores on this.
Both. Because we're gonna do each player individually anyways while I check my internet.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. So we're basically doing the scores out of 10, and then we'll just go through the players as you tend to.
Yeah.
So we'll be starting off with Fraser Forster in goal then.
Okay.
So Ellie, what would you give him as a score out of 10?
I'll give him a 7 because his kicking was very good and his distribution was very quick, which I liked. He wasn't dawdling. He got the ball out very fast, either throwing it or kicking it, which I liked. But he didn't have to do much, did he, really?
True. What he did was competent. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
How about Ben?
Yeah, 6 out of 10, I would say. Did nothing of great note, in my opinion, but didn't do anything bad. Clean sheet, 6 out of 10. Move on. And, yeah, it was fine.
Sorry, I forgot what you said then, Ellie. Was that a 6 as well?
I said a 7.
At least
7
because of his distribution.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Yeah.
And then we're on to who was playing right back. It's almost too difficult to remember.
Then we go to Ali's answer.
Oh, we're doing them after each one, are we?
Yeah.
Okay,
right after. That way we don't have to worry about keeping. That way they were saying you don't have to worry about keeping the score of this, so we can just go through them.
So Doherty, yeah.
No, now we're on to Jaffet.
Oh, Jaffet Tanganga, I'll give a 4.
I agree. 4. I agree.
Pretty poor.
Yeah.
So he's getting a 4. I'm a poet.
It didn't do anything great. 4 out of 10, I would say.
4 out of 10. And that's being generous.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Well, let's see. We've got
7.
7.
Who
That's
gave
what
him a
Alistair gave
7? Somebody who's in a psychiatric hospital.
Yeah, how's Alistair Gold? Give him a 7.
Sorry, Bobby. I'm still messed up here. Forster, what did Ali gave him?
Ali had given him a 7.
Oh my God.
7. Okay, right. Okay.
Holy
We're getting
gold.
there. We
He
can
must
work out.
be-
Elly's their gold is now, I think.
Yeah. Davinson Sanchez, I'll give a 5. Because he done a couple of good passes. That's about it. But he just deserves a 5 because it was in the middle of the road. Nothing special.
All caught up, Goofs? You good?
Yeah.
4 out of 10 as well. I'd give him a 4 as well. I would give all 3 of the centre backs 4 out of 10.
So Sanchez 4 for Benny, 5 for Ali. I can bring up the real score.
You can.
And Ali said 7.
Wow.
He's
Whoa,
very generous, isn't he?
He must have been in a good mood. He must have been in a good
He
mood.
was.
Yeah, clearly.
Was
On
he
to the next one,
paying
then.
from extras for some extras while he was watching or something?
Yep.
Must have.
Okay.
Maybe they sent him some
Must have done
Spurs
an
goodies or
invite
something.
round to their house for dinner. I
He's a
think.
generous guy. He's a nice guy.
He's a very nice guy. Longley.
Okay,
4.
so Clement Longley.
4.
I'll give him a 5.
4 for Ben,
4.
4 all around, and 5 from Ellie.
Yeah.
Good.
Got
Okay.
beaten quite often.
Ali gave him a
my
7.
God.
Is he
Oh,
just
wow.
giving
Are
him
you guys not seeing a pattern to the numbers?
Yeah.
To the
There'll
ratings?
be
Yeah.
one player will be different than that, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
One player will be different.
Well, let's see if it's this guy.
I'll
Matt
give
Doherty.
him a 4.
You give Matt Doherty a 4. Ellie gives him a 4.
I give him a 3.
I'm being generous.
I give him a 3. He showed absolutely
He's
nothing.
rubbish.
Showed absolutely nothing.
Big up arrest. So Ben
Big
gave him a
up.
3. Ellie gave him a 4, right?
Yeah.
Good, Coobs?
Yep, all good.
I'll give him a 5.
Ah, there are some differences then.
Okay.
He's Basuma. He had quite a good game.
I'll
I'll
say
give him.
I'll say
go on.
6.
I'll give him a 7 because he had quite a good game. He kept the ball going, moving it quite quickly. Didn't do much wrong.
Ben?
6. I'd give him
7 from Ellie and a 6 from Ben.
Yep.
I was happy
You don't
with
think he had a decent game, Ben?
6 is
Yeah.
decent for me. I think that's
You think
didn't
you're
do
being
anything
nice there?
wrong. Didn't do anything that set the world alight. 6 out of 10.
All
Let's
right.
see what the gold standard is. Oh, an 8.
Gold standard is an
Ooh.
8.
Yeah.
Again, it's too
I
generous.
wouldn't have thought quite an 8. 7's for it more fairer.
Yeah. 8, very
And
generous. On to the next
Presumably,
one.
yep. It's
Benson Cole.
We need to.
I'll give him an 8 because he done a fantastic twist and a turn, but then he lost the ball, then he won it back. But he was pretty good all through the game. But he was pressing really well as well, so I'll give him an 8.
8 from Ellie, okay. Very
I
generous.
give him 7. I think 7 is a fairly good performance for him. He's done better. I think he could have done more going forward with it, but I think he had a very decent performance. 7 out of 10.
Oh,
for me.
I think Ben's learning the game quickly. Oh yeah, how did we
Yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah. Finally,
Yeah.
somebody's come. Matches Deli. Finally, did he hit the gold standard? We should have a buzzer or something like a ding, ding, ding,
That
ding,
was
ding, ding.
I
Ben's
understand what game
gold
it is.
standard.
Benson Kerr was definitely the better player in that game, in my
Yeah.
opinion. He was definitely the better player. I
Better
don't
than
say-
Basuma.
Yeah, he was better than Basuma.
Ali clearly gave him the higher score, so he thought otherwise. Big on a big old Ryan Sessegnon.
No.
0.
I'll give him a 4.
Oh.
Give him a
Utterly
4, Ellie.
4. Yeah, no more than that. Because he was rubbish.
0.
I want to
Zero.
give him a 0, but I know Ali Gold won't give him a 0.
No, he'll probably give him a 5, I think.
4 or 5.
0.
Give him a
Oh,
4.
Yes.
wow.
Ellie got it right.
Come on.
Zero.
Both got one right each now.
Again, wrong.
And then we move on
Maybe
to
we get this one.
Kulusevski. Who doesn't like Kulusevski?
Everybody loves him. He done a good assist.
Yeah, he got the
the
assist.
7.
Yeah,
I think he's going to give a 7.
7 from both.
He wasn't
They
good
both
the
got
whole
that
of the
one.
game.
They both got that one.
Yes.
He was the worst of our attackers, though. He was, even though he got.
Perisic was pretty good.
I would give Perisic an 8.
8.
Yeah, I'd give Perisic an 8.
8. Yeah, he played very well.
A couple of was a goal.
He got about, put himself about a lot.
Yeah.
So what's your scores, Ellie? Was that
8?
8.
Yeah.
They both gave an 8 here. Yeah, they both gave an 8 here for Perisic, and Ali gave him a 7.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think he's got an agenda against Ivan Perisic.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
Ooh. On a sunny boy.
Give Heung-min Son a 9.
2 goals, 1 great one.
I'll give Son
Heung-min a 9.
One amazing one, 1 great one, I guess.
Son Heung-min deserves it.
Both of you said 9? You're both, you're both giving him a 9.
Be right. Yeah,
there you go.
Because he was really good.
We get the subs. He did actually rate. Sorry.
Ooh,
I was going to say, how did you rate subs? I don't remember him coming on.
I'll give him.
That was 7. The guy that brought the sandwiches out at lunchtime.
Just for the goal.
I gave him a 4. I think his name was Jimmy.
And
Juma came 7. On. Small cameo there. He did end up rating him though. What do you guys think? Sorry, what was that, Ellie? A 4?
7.
You give him a 7? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Benny?
Pick him up. I give him a 7.
Both of you 7. Ali agrees with you. There you go. Not bad. Skippy came in. He got a few minutes.
Skip 6.
Yeah, 6.
Well, didn't do anything. Both, I think they're cheating. Are you sending them the answers now?
Because he didn't do much.
Royale?
Did he come on?
That's a difficult one. I can't even remember him playing.
5.
Because
he didn't do much.
If you can't remember him playing, he had a blinder.
Right,
he had a no-look appearance, Ben.
Give him a 6 then. This is a laugh.
Sorry, so what we
give him a 6? Ben gave him a 6. I'll give him a
5.
5 and a 6. Yeah.
5 and a 6. Yeah, Ellie gave him a 5. Yay. So Ellie got that one right. And then Brian Hill, actually, there's no point because I'll tell you right now that he didn't even give a rating. So you both definitely get it wrong regardless, unless you say 0.
Because I was being nice to Emerson, I lost.
That's it. I think Ellie I think got hit the gold standard there.
I can verify this totally because I kept a running total on the difference
on the tingy.
Yeah. So we got this will take a little while. Move on. I'll come back with a
move on. When we move on, the next thing to move on to is back to getting on to Spot the Bull. Your favorite part of the show, ladies and gentlemen. You know how it is. Yeah. I am going to do nothing other than click buttons because what happens is this is where my partner in crime over there, that sexy guy, takes over the show, Kuva, and he is going to see if you can spot the bull. He is going to give Ellie and Ben 3 questions in 3 different categories. One of the stories being real, one being from myself, and one being from this beautiful gentleman sitting beside me. So then our lovely guests will have to decide which story is real, which one is from Kuva, and which one is from myself. 3 points available in each round. Let's see if our guests can spot the bull. Kuvs, do you have a points total or something?
I do. Well, just leave it as a simplified version. Ellie nicked it because Ben's ranking of 0 for Seth's actually got him a bit.
That really
it was too far away. Yeah,
too far away. See,
no one's going to give him a 0.
Yeah,
you're going to lose big. Fair enough.
Oh, yeah. Firm but fair rating, I think.
It's more truthful.
A 0.
It is
0.
Big fat 0.
It was a 0.
Well, here we go. Are you ready to take over there, Koovs? It's your time, buddy.
I am indeed. Shut up! Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Shut up now! It's game time.
You heard the man. I already announced the game while I was stalling and letting Koovs tally up the points there. But Big U was in the house. He was just saying goodnight. So Big up, Biggie. Good night to you,
Yeah,
mate. We will speak to you soon. Rob, we scared the shit out of him again. Well done, Kuva. You got him one more time. So sorry about that, Rob. Not sorry. But Rob, you'll like this one better. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for Spot the Bull. And let the man shine.
We've got such a high production ceiling.
Wicked, man. Love this shit. And now you know what I do when I'm sitting here on medication for a week lying on my back.
Right. Okay. Well, same format as usual. I know Ellie and Ben both know this game very well, but for everybody else, it will be a series of 3 stories in a row. Each one will either be each set of 3 will consist one that is a true story, one that is a fake story done by my partner in crime over here, the beautiful Mr. Bobby, otherwise known as Hot Chocolate.
Oh, stop it.
And the other one, of course, will be done by myself. So we're basically looking for you to work out which one is the true story, which one is Bobby's fake, and which one is my fake. And off we go with round 1. Right, the first story is entitled Warning Required Before Crime. January 1973, State Republican Jim Castor introduced a bill in the Texas legislature. God, that's difficult to say at this time of night. That would have required criminals to give their victims 24 hours notice before they committed a crime. The notice could either be oral or in writing, but would need to state the nature of the crime to be committed and the time and place it is to be committed. Argued Castor, obviously the criminal is not going to do it, but this would be another layer of punishment that could be added to the penalty. The bill was, of course, defeated. Second story.
Your first story, warning required before crime.
Yep. Second story. Seal's worst song. July 1997. Partially deaf Shadwell Jones of Pontypridd, Wales, decided to cut his first track by performing live from his garage and covering a few well-known hits from the previous years. His recording went well until the police arrived after receiving disturbing reports of a seal being beaten to death. The track was so comically bad that it was played on local radio for public amusement for over a month. So that's the second story. Literally, his track's so bad it sounds like a seal being beaten to death. Third story, Sing It, Baby. March 1964 is the first recorded incident of lip singing in India. Raj Makhija, I think that's how you pronounce it, Makhija, maybe, was a very bad singer, but dreamed of stardom. He came up with an elaborate scheme that would make him rich and famous. Raj started to lip sing. Everyone knew he was a poor singer and was shocked to hear Raj's new voice. He convinced the locals that his voice had improved by drinking the urine of a holy cow his family had recently acquired. The story spread like wildfire, and people flocked to buy the cow's urine and hear Raj sing. Raj was very successful and able to carry on his charade for almost 20 years. He only stopped when health issues prevented him from performing anymore. So we've got your 3 stories there. You've got the warning needed to be before committing a crime. You've got Seal's worst song, where it sounded so bad the police were called, thought it was a seal being beaten to death. And you've got the Indian chap who procured a holy cow and drank its urine to improve his singing voice. And basically, well, he didn't. He was faking it, but that's what he claimed. So you've got to work out then which is the true story, which is my fake, and which is Bobby's. We shall start off with Ellie.
All right, I think the seal one is yours, your fake.
The seal one?
Yeah, is Kuva's.
Okay.
Right. I think the real one is the the Indian man drinking the urine from the
Lying
cow
about
or
the urine,
whatever.
okay.
And the last one is Bobby's. Can't even remember what it was.
The one that you have to tell everybody that you're going to commit a crime before you commit the crime.
That's it. That's yours, Bobby.
Okay.
That's your fake one.
You got a note of those, Bobby?
I've got a note of them, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yep.
I think the first one, warning before crime, I think that is actually true. I think
this is true? Okay.
I think the seal clubbing is one of Kuba's elaborate script, because I know how much he used to like Sean Locke's seal clubbing references. So, R.I.P. Sean Locke.
Maybe even I knew that.
Yeah. I doubt it, Bobby.
You'd be surprised what we talk about, Benjamin.
You'd
be surprised what we talk about.
Oh,
so you got this one is Kuva's, yeah? And then the Indian one is mine?
Yeah.
So you're going with the obviouses, the seal one to Kuva and the brown one to me.
Bit racist.
Bit racist.
Racist.
See what they're saying in the comments there, Koofs?
What have we got in the comments here?
That's Stuart there.
Stuart saying true, Bobby, then Kuva.
So he's saying I made up the seal one, you made up the India one. Okay, which would make more sense.
A bit of the old switcheroo
there. Yeah, the switcheroo,
yeah. Jacob saying, where we got true, Kuva, and Bobby K.
He's saying what Ben's saying.
Yeah. And what else have we got here? That's it at the moment, isn't it? I don't see anybody else saying
people that were willing to answer. Geesh, Miss Melina, big up Melina's in the house. Good evening, sweetheart. Nice to see you here. And Leo was already here. Hopefully, I said hi to Leo as well. And I don't know something about Leo. So, there you go. Well, I could let them know, Koovs. We do have somebody that got 3 points, and we got somebody that got 1 point. So, in this first round, Benny, congratulations. All three were correct. You went 3 for 3 for the first story. Was in fact,
it's all going downhill from here.
This was in fact a true story, and you're right. Club Kuva loves club and seals, and what can I say? I got to represent my people, man. Big up India. So there you go. So Benny jumps out to a bit of a lead from the first round there.
Yeah.
So on to the next round.
Nice.
Okay.
Right. I've good feeling Ellie's on the comeback trail now. So we'll go.
I'll try my best.
Okay. And the first story of the second round is man's best friend forever. Peter Schwartz, a retired lawyer in Miami, Florida, had recently lost his beloved poodle, Maxine. Maxine was the last gift Peter's wife had left him before she passed away 9 years earlier. Peter could not bear the loss of them and was overwhelmed with grief. Peter decided that he would have Maxine preserved. He proceeded to have Maxine stuffed by a taxidermist, and then he would be able to take her everywhere with him. He even went as far as spending an additional $6,000 to get all of the necessary permits required so that Maxine could not be denied entry anywhere. That's the first story. And the second one is man dies at own funeral. July 1974, Venezuelan fisherman Ramon Rivera Rodriguez woke up looked around himself, pulled some cotton swabs out of his nose, and then realized he was in a coffin at his own funeral and promptly had a heart attack and died. His relatives subsequently demanded action against the doctor who had incorrectly pronounced him dead the first time. So that's the second one, a man dying at his own funeral. And the third story is called Stuff the Misses. December 1979, Australian farmer and amateur taxidermist Pete Donovan decided to preserve and stuff his wife's body after she passed away during the winter months. As spring arrived, he entered her into an ugliest animal contest and finished fourth. The top 3 medal winners included a horse with no jaw and a chihuahua that had made one of the judges vomit.
Nice.
So that's the third story. The stuffed his wife and entered her into a ugly animal contest, finished fourth. First story was the man's best friend forever, which is also a taxidermy story, but instead spending $6,000 so he can literally take his beloved Poochie everywhere with him. And the middle story was the man who died at his own funeral after being incorrectly diagnosed dead. So we'll go with Benny first this time. Which one do you think is the truth? Which one is my bull? And which one is the master craftsman, Mr. Bobby's bull?
I think this one is true. It's the least ridiculous one, which is why I think it's possibly true. So I'm going to go, this one is true. The middle one about the man dying at his own funeral, I think that is totally Kuv The 99. Seems like his sort of sense of humor of just, oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm supposed to die. I'll die now. I think the really fucked up one is Mr. Bobby K.
So I'm more fucked up than Kuva. Thanks.
Yeah.
Nice.
I bet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kuva's fucked up is like a really fucked up though. This doesn't seem like the dark fucked up. So that's the way I'm going.
Ellie, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the man who stuffed his dog is the true one.
You think this one's
right?
true? Okay.
The one who died, the man who died, I think that's Bobby's. And the taxidermy one, the wife, is yours, Kuva.
Interesting.
So we see what they're saying in the comments?
I think we should. And we have...
just got a quick couple of hellos there quickly there. So Eddie's in the place. Big up. Got to get this guy on, man. This guy is hilarious. Brush, are you guys... Ellie, you remember meeting Brush? He was there at the dinner, yeah?
Yeah.
So big up, my man. Big up. And sorry, go ahead, Coops from Stuart. It's all yours, buddy.
Oh, yeah. He's saying true, Kuva, and then Bobby K. So also believes that the dog being stuffed is the true one. I made up the funeral one, Bobby, and going for the stuffed misses. We've got Jay. No, we've got Leo. That's
Leo and Parker.
Leo said true, Bobby K, and then Kuva.
That's what Ellie said. Yeah,
interesting. And we also have Eddie's football waffle saying, I think the first one's true, the stuffed dog.
Okay. Eddie, you gotta tell us now, out of the two fake ones, which one I made up and which one Kuva made up. So you have to guess all three, buddy, to get all 3 points. Got 3 points available for you, Eddie. So Kuvs, you want to give them the good news or the bad news?
You're doing the scores, mate. I'll just read it out.
Congratulations. The score from the first round remains the exact same score because you both got them all wrong.
Okay.
Man's best friend forever is in fact a story that I made up. And the man who died at his own funeral was in fact the true story in this one. So where Kuva found that and how he found it, I don't know it. But the sickest story of them all, in fact, Benny, was made up by the man above you. So sleep with one eye open because he is above you.
Kuva is the fucked up individual.
Kuva is the fucked up one in this relationship, okay? Not me. It's not me. So what is Eddie had said?
Kuva second and Bobby third.
Oh, cool. So yeah, he would have got a point. No, because it was me. No, he said the first one.
No.
Yeah, so nobody got. Everybody knows.
The wrong way round.
We're back on form, buddy. We're
back on form, baby.
Yeah.
0 for 3.
That's true, man.
You got nothing. You got nothing. Oh, well, let's see. What do you think? Do you think they can spot the ball in the third round, buddy?
Oh, easy. Sorry, just to answer Eddie there. Presumably because it was an open casket funeral, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Or he screamed as he died on his way out.
Oh my God! So they buried him alive, and then he woke up with.
Could have been in the church or something.
Heart attack, poor man.
Could have been in the church, couldn't it? Perhaps they're having a little bit of a sing along, and he starts kicking and screaming in the coffin, and everybody stops.
Like what somebody
they
said.
Open it up. Oh no, he is dead.
Look at it now.
What
country did that happen in? Mexico?
Venezuela.
Venezuela. Bloody hell.
You wouldn't believe where we find these crazy stories. This is why I get Kuv to do it. He's got to do all the research and stuff.
Very good stories.
Actually, I wonder how this. I wonder, was there more to the story actually? Because how did they react? Now Eddie's got me thinking about it too.
I haven't got any more details to it, but I can do a link to the video.
Oh God, no thanks, Eddie. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
All right, Bruce, you ready to take him into round 3, buddy?
Round 3.
Round 3. If I've remembered to do it. Oh yeah, there we go. Right. Okay, round 3 it is. Business end of the show now. Ooh. Okay, we'll start off with man drowns at party of lifeguards. July 1985, Jerome Moody drowned while attending a pool party at which over 100 New Orleans lifeguards were celebrating a summer season without any drownings. Moody, who had been drinking heavily, fell into the pool at the end of the party, just as the lifeguards were ordering everyone out of the water. By the time anyone noticed him in the pool, it was too late. So that's a bit of a tragedy there. The party to celebrate nobody drowning and somebody drowned at it.
Yeah.
That's where it goes. Second story is Neighborhood Unwatched. In June 1988, a neighborhood watch meeting in Ohio gathered nearly 30 local residents to discuss planning and strategies for the years ahead. Debates were robust and loud at times, giving perfect cover for the very home in which the meeting was held to be quietly burgled during the meeting, and over $18,000 worth of valuables were stolen. So that's the second story. The neighborhood watch meeting providing the perfect cover to rob the house. And finally, we're on to not a friendly town hall. It was June of 1931, and the people of Chatsworth, Mississippi, were having their first elections ever to declare their first mayor. On the eve of the elections, the two feuding families of the town were having their pre-election parties. The McLeod family were all in the local town hall enjoying the evening when tragedy struck. The building was locked from the outside and set on fire. The entire McLeod family was wiped out. The feuding family, the Chatham family, would take power and Warrington Chatham would become the new first elected mayor of Chatsworth. The Chatham family have maintained political power in the town until this day. Some historians have argued that the town was originally called something else and that the Chatham family renamed it and wiped the records clean. Okay. So they have it, the third one, basically wiping out the opposing family and naming the town after yourselves. Third story was the man drowning in the lifeguards party to celebrate a whole year of nobody drowning. Yeah. And the middle story was the neighborhood on watch that got robbed while they're holding the meeting to discuss safety, improving their neighborhood watch techniques. So again, we have to work out which is the true story, which is Bobby's fake, and which is my fake. And we'll go with, should we go with Ellie first this time?
Yeah, I think the third one is true. The first one is it, what's the first one again?
The first one's the lifeguards one and the man drowning.
The lifeguard one is Bobby's, and the second one is yours, fake.
Okay.
The third one, I think the Chatsworth family, whatever they're called, were wiped out. That sounds the most corniest in a fire.
What's it called in the third one? Is it called Chatham or Chatsworth?
Chatsworth.
Chatsworth.
Okay.
Yeah.
The family name was Chatham?
The family's called Chatham, but the town's Chatsworth.
Okay.
That's not true then. So I'm going to say the third one is actually Kuva's. The lifeguards is Bobby K, and the middle one is true.
So that one's me.
If they were all called Chatsworth, what if they were called Chatham? Why wouldn't you just call the town Chatham, like Chatham in Kent? Because there's already a town called Chatham.
Well, maybe that's why.
Well, there's plenty.
Why don't you fly over there and ask them then?
I'll ask them.
You know what? Ask Google or Alexa or Siri or one of them, right? They'll figure it out, right?
No, you go and book the ticket over there, Ben, and go and ask them. why this can't be true. The thing that Bobby made up.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
We never understand. We never understand. Big up, Rob. Glad you're in here. But should we see what they're saying, Coobs? Eddie was first.
Bobby first, then True, then Kuva, and then we got then they got Kuva, Bobby K, then True, and Bobby K, Kuva, and True again.
Interesting.
Is it again? No, perhaps that's the other one. But anyway, interesting development on the last round.
It is very interesting development.
It is because we'll do it slightly differently this way. We'll do we should do my one first. The fake one that I put in there was the neighborhood unwatched. So I made up the story about the meeting and everybody got robbed in the meantime.
So Ellie got that one right.
Yeah. The Bobby's fake one was indeed the not a friendly town hall one. So it was the Chatham family.
So I got them all wrong again.
Yeah, and the true one, what as ridiculous as it sounds, it was the man drowning in a swimming pool at a party for 100 lifeguards. That is just unbelievable. But true.
Hey, we got Coobs, man. We killed him in the last 2 rounds.
We did.
Killed him in the last 2 rounds. But even though Ben got skunked 2 rounds in a row, his tally from the first round was enough to carry him to victory.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Ben. You squeaked out a 3-2 victory. Out of a 9 possible points, Kuva, we gave up 3 and 2. I'm happy with that. Are you happy with that? Good with that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're on form, mate. We're on form.
I like it.
They just don't know sometimes.
That's it. We got them. So it's good. It's good. It's tight. It's fantastic. It was fantastic. I hope all those lifeguards were arrested. It's America, so probably not.
Struck off.
They're all probably given an extension on their contracts if they're under contract, right? So this is where we get to the end of the show, right, Kuv? Should we just ask everybody where they're going to be, and you want to do all that stuff? Or?
Oh, I think we should. Let's just start off. Ellie, where can people find you?
Well, they can find me at THFC Till I Die. They can find me normally on the Irish Hotspur Fan Show. I'm always on there. And on my Spurs Ladies show as well. So anybody who's interested in ladies football especially, tune in. I haven't done a show for a couple of weeks because of family circumstances, but I'm back on the wagon this week. So, yeah, that's where you can find me.
There you go.
Nice one, Ellie. Yeah, always good to see you on screen, Ellie. True. We always say the queen of the Hotspur community, don't we? Anyway, Ben, where can we find you? I'm pretty sure I know where you're going to say, but
find us in the usual places. 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday. The only people that stream on a weekday basis at 2 p.m. for your daily chill streams where we be nice to each other. We talk about things that are happening around the world, and we just be good people at the end of the day. I don't think we're going to be streaming Wednesday. I've got some work to do on Wednesday, so keep.
Whoa, hey, watch your language, dude.
Yeah, I've actually got to do some bloody work.
Fuck?
And of course, you can find us with the 2 Brians, Mr. Danny Kiriakou, Mr. Amir Sada, and Ryan Isaacs on Tottenham on Tour. We have just hit another. We are there for the lead up to this protest that is happening on Wednesday evening, isn't it? It's Tuesday evening. We're going to be talking about the protest, what is happening at the training ground. Brian's going to be there doing that as always. And we're going to be talking all things Tottenham on Tour, which is really good. We're doing regular streams now that things are clearing up with Ireland's work, and Brian is now got some time of his new schedule, and we've got some great things planned, and we're going to be talking about how we need to get the owner out of this football club, and also talk about the football club that we love. And thank you so much for subscribing. I think we're 5,100 subs now, so we're on the way. We really need to get there. And as always.
As always.
And as always.
I'll let Daigle say that when he's next here. But yeah, thanks as always for bringing me on, and we always have a great chat.
No, thanks for joining us, guys. Really appreciate you taking the time to join us again. And Kuv, good to be back with you, buddy. You know, I've missed you a few weeks now. We haven't been together, so I missed you, man.
It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, it is. Even though we had to share the time, but you know what? Sometimes we still got our quality time.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good. So we will be back next Sunday evening, folks. Same time, same channel, same place. You know where to find us. The Kuv The Kang. Sundays at 10:30 for you folks in England, 5:30 p.m. over here in Canada. Keep yourselves happy. Keep yourselves safe. We'll see you next week. And, of course, come on, you Spurs.
Levy out.
Levy out.
We sing in France, we sing in Spain, we sing in the sun and we sing in the rain. They try to stop us, but they did. The thing that I must is being a kid, being a kid, being a kid. The thing that I must is being a kid.
Come on, you Spurs.
Make sure to like and subscribe.